yesterday I talked to you about the guy that's supposedly a whistleblower and has the real election results and is telling everyone that Tim and Kamala really won and that they're trying to suppress the information and all that stuff. And I told you that the guy's a grifter and that you shouldn't listen to him and don't listen to the content creators that keep sharing stuff like that, because they don't care about you. They just care about your money and your clicks and all that kind of stuff. But all of that stuff is very dangerous. And I was letting you know that, look, when you feel overwhelmed or stressed or really rageful, that opens you up to con men, to strong men, to grifters, to cults, to all kinds of stuff like that that offer you something that helps alleviate your pain. That's dangerous. And then when I shared that, a lot of you were like, oh yeah, I thought maybe that was a grift, but we know she really won. No, she didn't win. And every time I come on here and address this, which I hate it because you guys come for my throat and you do it to me, to Hawk, to Amanda Smile Takes, to Knitting Cult Lady, to Park Rose Permaculture, anyone that will go on here and tell you the truth, you don't want to hear that part. That's culty. It's like, I agree with you on everything, but not this one thing that makes me feel better, that I don't have any evidence for, but I'm going to stick to it, even if it helps Donald Trump. Even if it makes it so that I get to live in a reality that doesn't make me have to work harder or engage or do things that are uncomfortable or hold leaders to account, because I can say, well, they really did everything that they were supposed to do because we know we secretly won. Like, how do they improve as leaders? If you sit there and believe that lie, that illusion that you want to keep. I understand there was the Rockland County things, but there's people who have been able to explain a lot of that. And so what if there's like one area that something like that happened? That does not mean the whole country, and there's no mechanism to overturn it either way. And it would be a giant mess if it were true, because there's nothing we could do, and then you are in a full-blown civil war. Although, if you guys really think that this was stolen, I have no idea why you didn't head to Washington, D.C. The right did when they thought it was literally stolen. They headed over there, and you guys are just doing, it was stolen. If it was literally stolen and you know, then why the fuck are you sitting here typing and not in Washington, D.C.? Was it really or not? Because people want to get on here and say, there's no way that, yes, there are ways. Just because it doesn't align with what you feel doesn't make it true, like what you believe. It just doesn't. And that is what we're seeing on the right. And you're seeing mirrored behavior over here, and no one's or a lot of people aren't recognizing it. And you guys get just nuts in the comments about it. Did you see Kamala, how she talked on there? Was she looking like, any minute now, wink, wink, this is all going to get sorted out? Like this stuff that you guys have been spreading, like, I knew from the moment. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just didn't like the results. No one did. No one did on our side. So you don't want to listen to me. You don't want to listen to the other people that share like I do. So maybe Hope Walz, she good enough? Because Tim Walz has flat out said we lost it. Kamala said we lost it. Tim Walz said we didn't do our job. We didn't do XYZ to win. She saw my video yesterday. This is her comment. And that's the thing, is when you will not deal with it as reality, you don't deal with what the work we really need to do. We've had Black women content creators on who this is their field of expertise. They're saying, stop spreading that stuff. It's not true. And you help Donald Trump and you hurt minorities when you do that. Please stop. So if all of us are just full of crap and you can't listen, maybe you can listen to Hope Walz. Maybe she knows more than I do. Okay? Thanks, Hope, for the comment.